Hello, everybody. Welcome to LiveAction TV here in the Bronx, New York, at BronxNet. Junior College out here in the BX Borough, here with Miss Nikki.
Hi.
And here with myself, LiveAction, Malcolm Bucks, whatever you want to call me. Today's not about me, today's about Kobe. We lost Kobe today. I know when most people got the news and seen it online, they probably couldn't believe it. It was a shock to the whole world, especially the NBA and basketball world. We lost the hardest working basketball player. And the thing that I can say about Kobe is that he made himself Kobe Bryant. A lot of people believe in faith, they believe in fate and everything, but I guess he knew his fate and he made sure that it happened. So what I can say to everybody out there is if you have a goal, you have a dream, something that you want to be, you have to work hard to get there. Having it in your head is cool, but making it happen is actual what makes you who you are. Like you could be good on the inside, but if you do all bad things, you're gonna be a bad person. If you have good aspirations, make sure people see it. Not even people see it, just make sure you do it. Because people don't always recognize you, but hard work does always show. So take that from Kobe, to the Bryant family, to the Lakers, to the whole basketball world, all his fans and everybody. My condolences, all condolences here at LiveAction TV. He's gonna be a part of us forever and ever. So. I don't even want to say rest in peace, this shit don't. But rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. I don't know if the right saying that.
You sound right.
We're gonna miss you. We love you. I know you love us. So keep looking out for us. It's a crazy world out here, and we need you up there, holding it down for us. We do appreciate you holding it down for us up there. So we have a great show for you today. I'm gonna take a shot in honor of Kobe. Hopefully I make the shot, because I don't want Kobe looking down at me like, y'all ready for this jump shot? Y'all ready for the swaggy?
You
For
better
the
not
finish,
miss.
man? If I miss, Kobe understands that I gotta work harder, all right? All right. Kobe. Oh, third time. It was right there. All right, two more times. I need that one back. Miss Nikki, can you give me that one back? That's my lucky one.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
It wasn't that lucky if...
We can't do that? Kobe!
Oh, there you go.
We did it already. Yeah, we made it.
Yeah. I got that good life type of feeling, like, I'm getting money, I'm all good, you know what I'm saying? I get mad love, and, you know what I'm saying? Everybody now with me, real niggas, real people, they with me, fake people don't with me. I tell them till you get real, don't with me, my good people with me. I tell them, you know it's all good, come with me, people don't with me. I tell them till you get right, don't.
Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine.
What kind of screenplays do you write exactly?
So I recently finished I did shorts in the beginning when I started off. When I first started writing, I started doing poems.
Oh, nice.
So I started with poetry, and then I went into shorts. So I write like 3 pages, 5 pages, 10 pages, blah, blah, blah.
Nice.
And after I did the shorts, I would make short films. And then I wanted to try and see if I can do a feature film, which is like an entire movie.
Right.
And then that was 2018, which was like 2 years ago,
Right.
I guess. So I didn't actually start the feature film until the idea came to me at the very end of 2018, and then I went in and write it in the beginning of 2019, January. So I did that in about 6 weeks.
Okay.
So it was about 89 pages, and
You
then
wrote 89 pages in 6 weeks?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That would take me a good decade.
It takes a couple of people a long time, because when it comes to writing, it's like basically, especially if you're doing fiction, it's all in your head.
Right.
You know, it's what you're thinking about, your imaginary brain, whatever.
Every concept, everything itself.
Yeah.
Right.
So I did acting for a while. So I started off, I always wanted to act when I was very young.
Nice.
So then I did some acting in high school. I didn't take it serious because I also went into running track. So I took that very serious.
Nice.
And went to college for it. So I didn't wait until after college to take acting seriously. And then, so I always was acting, and then I always had scripts
Right.
because I need the scripts to,
Act.
act,
Right.
basically. So I used to always read them, and then I'm like, and then some of the scripts I was reading, it just was so dry and boring.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this? I don't understand. Like,
Like,
how,
who's the writer?
who is writing this crap? Like, this is terrible.
I see a lot of scenes online like that. I feel like, who wrote this?
Exactly. I mean, you see the films. It's just
Yeah.
like, what is going on? So I decided to just start it, and then I needed a reel for myself, which is like a resume on film
Right.
for actors. So and a lot of people don't want to work with you if you don't have nothing to show.
Right.
So I started writing my own scripts.
Nice.
And then after that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna jump and act in it and do all that great stuff.
So you write it, you act it out. Do you do the shooting yourself? Do you have your own cameraman who does it for you?
So I used to live in Atlanta.
Okay.
So when I lived in Atlanta, and I didn't know nothing about like behind the scenes. Like
right.
when you start off acting, I'm pretty sure like the actors that we watch on TV, they know everything.
Right.
But when you're starting off, you don't know
How everything works, like
how everything. No, I know those things, but
Okay.
like lights and cameras and
yeah,
all
right.
those things that you really need to
Yeah.
make the scene look really great
Right,
and
yeah,
all the
lighting and
cinematic
everything.
and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
exactly, yeah.
It's
Angles
not
and everything.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I had to get someone who wasn't really big on that either, but he was more like commercial. Like he would
Right.
work with like restaurants and
Right.
I don't know, business.
Right, to do like more like commercial advertising
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
So it was just like I guess it was just like new for both of us. So
Right,
we was
nice.
basically a
Learning
team.
together,
Yeah, we was
Nice.
learning together. It was great. It was a great experience, and it was just short film. So
Right.
it's not supposed to be perfect. It's not supposed to be like like I
Some
don't
big
know,
feature presentation, like some,
Lion
like-
Gates
like,
and
uh-huh,
Tyler
like
Perry, all that
Avengers
great
and
stuff.
shit like that.
No, no, it's supposed to be
CGI and everything
No, no,
coming,
no.
and you got aliens coming down and everything. No.
no, none of that stuff. But I mean, it was supposed to be like just to put the script and the film together with actors and performing. That's
Right.
what it was. Because
Right.
not only was I helping myself, but I was also helping other actors
Nice.
get things together, get a reel for themselves.
Right.
So it was a great
Yeah, that's
thing.
good.
And in the process of me doing this, I started really love writing. Like I started really loving it, you know? So I went into writing the screenplay, which is a feature film.
Nice.
And I completed it like in 6 weeks, like I told you.
It's crazy.
It is. And I was so conscious about it. I wasn't sure if it was good.
Right.
I just, and I can tell you the story how I started writing it. I don't know if you want to hear it.
Let's hear it.
Okay. So I was working at a restaurant, and then in Atlanta, there's a lot of actors in Atlanta because Atlanta is like the #1 place to shoot films now. You know, all the Marvels is being shot there and
Right,
stuff. So this other actor, he would always say, if it was like a top actor that was on TV, whoever it was, like Michael B. Jordan, whoever, he's like, oh, I can act better than him. And I would just say, well, you have to be in a lead role to act better than them.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
if you're playing small roles, no one's gonna ever know that you're a good actor.
Right.
So he would always say, yeah, you right. And I was like, hey, how about I write a script about you? That's how it start. And he's like, really? You'll do that for me? I'm like, I mean,
Like,
yeah.
about him, you wrote it about
Well, not
him?
about
Oh, for
him, but for him,
Right,
basically.
okay.
Like, something I feel like I know him well enough,
Right.
and I can see what he can play,
Right.
and I'm gonna write it. That's
Nice.
just how I thought in my
That's dope.
head.
Nice.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and I did that in 6 weeks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be the starring role.
No. No. Yeah. It just,
No, that's how it happens. We had a guest here double week, and it was like the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes start out with somebody, but it doesn't always end up with somebody.
yeah, but I mean, it's great that the idea came from him. He
Right.
inspired me to write
Right,
it. If it wasn't
yeah.
for him,
You wouldn't have
like
did
I
it.
would never had
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
script.
Right.
So with
Nice.
that, I'm going to go through the film festivals.
Nice.
Do a whole bunch of screenplay film festivals that's happening this year.
Cool.
You know, because trying to create a featured film is very hard. You know, it's a lot of funding that need to go into
Real,
it.
real quick though, we're gonna get back to more with Marisa, and then another guest here. We'll be right back.
Right, so this play, it's called Justice in Rainbow Beach. And basically it's about a woman who worked as a waitress in a cocktail lounge. And her and her coworker leaves the lounge to go to a nightclub in Brooklyn. And this coworker, she's the waitress, which is Justice. That's her name.
Right.
She's African American, and the coworker is Caucasian.
Right.
They go to this nightclub, and this Caucasian girl, she just moved from Arizona,
Right.
Scottsdale, Arizona, which is really rich and really white,
Right.
to Brooklyn because she wants to be in Brooklyn.
Right.
She wants to live that Brooklyn life
Right.
that she probably heard in some music video or something.
Right.
So they go to the nightclub, and she has been asking, which is a Caucasian girl, her name is Monica. She's been asking Justice, like, where can I get some weed? You know?
Yeah.
So she's like, you gonna find out. You gonna know who got the weed because they always
tell.
in the club.
Right.
They really low key. You're gonna
Right.
find them, right? And then eventually they come in, and they meet these two different guys, you know, and both of them are basically drug dealers.
Right.
But Monica, being who she is, she wants to be down. She wants to date black men.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she
Into black guys.
Yeah, she's into black guys. And she ends up with one of them.
Right.
And then towards the end of that scene, she is raped.
Damn.
Yeah. And what makes it really bad is that she accused the wrong person.
Okay.
Yeah.
She just say who it was. She was like high, drunk, son.
Basically, she knew who it was,
Right.
but, you know, sometimes when you're lost for words, you end up just saying whatever, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? You end up accusing the wrong person. You might
Yeah.
think they look alike, but they're not the same
Right.
person, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, right.
And that's what happened. She's accused for rape. She accused the wrong person, but then Justice, she ends up falling for the guy the other girl accused for rape.
Oh, so it was the other dude, but she accused the other dude.
Yeah.
Justice is already feeling the guy.
Yeah.
That's complicated.
It's very complicated. Very complicated.
Yeah.
She realizes that, but the thing is, Justice left early
Right.
before the whole situation happened. But
Right.
then she finds out at work that this is what happened,
Right.
and now she realizes this cannot be true because he didn't seem like that type of person.
Right,
So
exactly.
she tries to fight.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's a cool concept. You got some good ideas. That's
I
what's
do.
up. Yeah, that's what's up. So once again, look at everybody find you at, so they know where to find you at whenever.
Yes. If you're interested in knowing more about the play and being a part of it and also want to see it when it comes out for performances, you can catch me at my Instagram at Risa, RISA_4 EVA. Okay?
Well, check her out there. We have another guest today as well.
So my first book is called Blood Cousins, and the second one is called The Wolf in Me.
Right.
Yes.
And what's the first one about?
The first one is an urban vampire story.
Oh, cool.
It's about these two cousins. One is from New York, the other one's from Philadelphia.
Right.
Their bloodline is full of demon hunters. They don't know nothing about their bloodline. And when their fathers die, they come together and find out about everything. And doing so, they end up becoming vampires, and they fuck the whole family tree up. And one cousin that's from the hood takes full advantage of all the abilities that comes with being a vampire, while the other one hangs on to his humanity and wants to protect his friends, protect his morals.
So one guy's the good guy, one guy's the bad guy.
Yes, but they have, and they have a bigger problem besides having fun with their abilities and their dislikes.
That sounds dope.
Yeah.
And what's about the Wolf of Me? Is that about like a werewolf or something?
Yeah, it's pretty much about this. These two teenagers, they both come up from fucked up homes, and they find love in each other, but they can't be together. One is a werewolf, and she's Caribbean, and her brothers are savages, and it just doesn't work. While her boyfriend is still a dude that doesn't give a fuck about life, he has too much to lose to be with her. And
Is he a regular person or
he's a regular white guy. He's a regular white guy. Nice neighborhood, nice town. She's from Barbados.
Okay, nice.
With her four brothers, and they shake his whole life up, and he loves every moment of it. So it's very interesting.
So you're going to release that one this year?
I released it in February 28th.
Oh, nice, cool.
Yeah.
Black History Month, everybody.
Yeah.
We have two black writers here, you know. So we are also celebrating Kobe's life. He's a great black athlete. So by the time y'all see this episode, it'll be Black History Month already. So shout out to all the black entrepreneurs, all the black artists and black writers out there, all the black people that's doing something to help out the world. We appreciate you. So, what made you become a writer? Do you have any questions, Miss Nikki? You over here just
Yes,
chilling?
I do. Thank you. How long have you been writing?
I want to say 4 years.
4 years?
It's been 4 years. I wrote on and off growing up, but none of my friends were into writing, so that went out the window. Just hanging out with my boys, that wasn't it. And I want to say a few years ago, I look really skinny now, but a few years ago I was a meathead. I was in the gym, I was getting buff, and I wanted to get into acting just like Marisa. And I ended up breaking my hand. I broke my metacarpal in this hand. I had like a hole in this hand. I was looking like, it's a long story. It's a long story. We don't gotta go down to it. Yeah, we don't gotta go down to it. But I was looking like Mr. Krabs for a year. Like I had 2 casts on. I was fucking depressed. I was depressed as shit, and I was sitting down. And as I was losing the body weight, I saw my dreams like just like that, just like. And I'm hanging out with my boy at his house, and we were just having a talk, and we were just talking about how you could be anything you want in life. Like, if you love Power Rangers, you could go out and make a Power Ranger show. You know what I mean? You could go to Hollywood and be a Power Ranger on Hollywood. You could be anything you want in the world. Like, anything. And it wasn't at that moment I thought about writing, but it was the seed that was planted. And I think I Straight Outta Compton just came out that year. And I remember I went in the movie theaters and I'm watching Ice Cube. And I'm watching him write Friday. Like, with all the shit that was going on, I'm sitting there watching him write Friday. I'm like, he's no different than me. Like, I could do that. I know what's lit. I know what people like. I know what I like. I could do this shit. That same weekend, I bought a laptop. I wrote. I was smoking my boys. I probably wrote about 5-6 pages. I let my boy read it and his girlfriend read it, and they loved it. And that's all it took. I finished it. I didn't go about getting a literary agent. The first person that showed interest in my book was on my ass. They had me finish it, and that made me want to own my book. So I took the self-publishing route.
That's smart.
And about a year or 2 later, when I was noticing people were DMing me from like California, Ohio, people that was really, I don't know how they got my book. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in New York. I suck at networking. I suck at reaching out and all that stuff. Like, when I do.
Universe.
Yeah, so like, when these people get a hold of my book and they DM me, tell me they love it, when's my second one coming out? I'm looking at myself like, why am I still working at my job? I need to be doing this. You know what I mean? And that motivated me to write my second one. And the feedback that I got from my second one already got me on my third one. So
Moving it like
I'm
that.
moving it. It's like it's natural. You know, I love things that's natural.
Yeah, like anytime, I always say this, whenever you have a passion, a real passion, like everything comes easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it comes easier. Nothing's really easy, but it comes easier for you because like the universe already had that in mind for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like your outer self already knew like your fate already.
Where I love everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I love everything. I watch everything. So the vampires, growing up, the only vampire I saw on TV was Blade.
Right. Yeah.
And compared to all the other vampire shows, he seemed so basic. Like, he had no girls he went home to. He had there was nothing about him that would, there was no connection to him.
Right.
And I wanted to make it like,
relatable
for us.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what I did. And I believe I did a good job at it.
Yeah, people are responding to it. They're liking it.
People love it. People read it and they feel like they're a part of it. They see their friends, they see themselves, and it's just interesting. And I love it. And I'm gonna start I have to have a second part to it too.
Right.
I just wanna get all these other thoughts out before I get into my second book.
Nice.
My second version of that.
Cool.
What made you choose like this genre? Like you said, it's sci-fi, fantasy. Would you ever do like any other genres like romance?
My third book is a romance.
Okay.
But off rip, all my friends want me to write a hood project, and I want to.
Okay.
But I just don't want to be boxed into that. and doing things that's different, that's still relatable, that's still lit, is great. You can't box me into anything. I don't want to put my first hood out and then you just expecting hood projects from me forever. You know what I mean? And
You have multiple lanes. Like,
yeah, exactly. And I just want to show you guys that I could do it.
nice. Where can everybody find you at?
I have a website. It's unfamiliarstories.com. Like this, my website, my Instagram is unfamiliarauthor. That's it.
So check him out on his Instagram. Shout out to Omar. Shout out to Marissa. And shout out to Miss Nikki. We're going to be right back with our artist for the day. He's going to talk with him and his boys here too as well. A very prominent dude in the industry. And after he's going to perform for us and everything. So keep a lookout. More LiveAction TV. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to LiveAction TV. Here today with Nikki, of course. And we're here with Jookz, and here with Privilege. So, Jookz, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good. You working on any projects, any new projects?
Yes, I'm working on a bunch of projects right now.
Cool.
So I'm doing my EP, joint EP with my little brother, who's part of my, team, whatever. Manage him. We got our label going on right now. So he's doing that EP, then he's gonna drop his album, and then I'm dropping my mixtape that's gonna be hosted by DJ Fat Fingers, the Heavy Hitters, High 97, all that good stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
When do you plan on dropping that? Sometime like before summer? Or
Yeah,
around
definitely before summer because I'm going on tour in June. Can't talk about exact details about that yet, but definitely all that before June. So when I go out there, I could showcase everything.
Nice, cool.
Right.
And you were cool with Privilege. How y'all know each other?
Because I do showcases, so I met him with like somebody I'm not even gonna address, but I met him through somebody else, and we've just been cool since then.
Nice, cool beans. So,
Privilege is the name. What's going on?
Privilege, what's up,
Can I
man? What's
introduce
good?
myself?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, me. I'm from Harlem.
You got Harlem, we got Brooklyn,
Harlem in the building.
we got the Bronx in the building, we got the whole.
Now, don't worry, there's a little bit of Bronx right here too. Bronx is where
yeah.
my heart is at and
That's what I'm talking
everything.
about.
You know, it was a pleasure to meet him. It was a pleasure to meet y'all, and thank you for having me here for one.
course.
And me, I'm just a sound chaser. You know, I appreciate music. I get my inspiration from the down south, but also as the ability to rap and to know how to finesse a song and have a whole different type of swagger on it for New York. That's the stuff I'm into, you know, and I've been making beats for people, been writing songs for years and years and years, but now I'm in an opportunity where, you know, people are starting to feel my music.
Right.
You know, a lot of people in the music industry got their eyes on me, so
Nice.
I'm just trying to be out here and represent New York in the best way possible.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what's up. So we got Jookz over here, we got Privilege. Jookz from Brooklyn. How's Brooklyn life treating you?
It was great, man. I just did an interview with Channel 12 News in Brooklyn.
Nice.
Shout out to them. So, Brick TV.
Right.
Staying at Brick TV. So Brooklyn's good. Doing my showcases in Brooklyn.
Nice.
Have people flying from all over, Chicago, Canada, Louisiana, Florida, all over the place. So putting it on for my city and also out of towns and stuff like that. So y'all want to follow me, New Jookz City, NEWJOOKZCITY. Get in tune. I don't really do all the talking. You just gonna go online and just you gonna see what it is. That's it. Yeah.
Nice.
So do you have any influences?
Definitely like just my sound is real New York. So Fab, Jadakiss, Jay-Z, Nas, all that
Nice.
mumble rap stuff is cute, but just
Taking shots early.
How about you? What's your influences?
My influence was production. Ryan Leslie, Travis Scott, Future. I look at people, even though they took a lot of criticism, they changed the game. Now we got all these little tiny rappers right now, little young thugs, baby young thugs, little grown babies, and I like that. I rocks with it though. That's my style right there.
Right. So shout out to Jookz. Catch him out. Look for him on Instagram. Shout out to Privilege. Check him out as well.
Privilege be official.
Check him out on IG. We're gonna let them rock out. Shout out to Kobe, everybody. Like I said, RIP. Make sure you work hard. He would want you to work hard. He would want you to follow your goals and don't be distracted, as I always say. So, till next time, LiveAction TV.
Jackie Robinson, this is for you. You vibing with me? Yeah! I just got another one. I just got another one. I'm Jackie Robinson. I'm busy making hits. I just got another one. I just got another one. I'm Jackie Robinson. I'm busy making hits. I just got another one. I just got another one. Yeah. I'm Jackie Robinson. I'm busy making hits. I kiss the ball and click, then I make it wet. Until I bust it open when I cop a jet. Them haters love to shoot, they can wait to flex. I'ma push up on it like another set. Forgot she was my ex. Got over quick. Appreciate me, shorty, I just want respect. Bitches hit me up cause I'm making hits. Watch the haters taking pics. All the crabs, got a bucket list. I'm making hits. I just got another one, making hits. This that heat rock got me making hits. Same old shit, got me feeling sick. In the booth like 666, 6'9", and I'm with the chick. Christmas, got away with gifts. I'm a menace, and you can have it when I'm finished. It was me, and I did it. Got another one, and another one. I just got another one. I just got another one. I'm Jackie Robinson. I'm busy making hits.
In that summer of '47, very few people knew that Pee Wee Reese and Jackie Robinson were going to be great teammates. They would become the boys of summer. Jackie Robinson, though not embraced by all of his teammates, did indeed win them over one by one.
I'm Jackie Robinson. I'm busy making hits.
Pee Wee Reese, another Southerner, was the first to really embrace him.
Pee Wee, from the outset, felt that if I were the only white guy trying to break into all black league, I'd want somebody to be my friend. And he says, if Jackie Robinson has the ability and he can make it, that's all I'm going to ask.
We had some deep South boys on there, from down in Alabama and Georgia, and they didn't appreciate it at all. And if you sat down and played cards with Jackie or something, they would let you know about it. Hi in the world, can you sit down and play with this so-and-so? Hey, man, he seemed like a pretty nice guy to me.
To Philadelphia, Jackie Robinson was the most hated man in the world. There was no one else who could comprehend his loneliness, his isolation. It wasn't until the Dodgers went on the road and his teammates saw how he was turned away at the front desk of the hotels that even a hardcore Southerner like Eddie Stanky could see that this was a social injustice.
Well, we'd go into St. Louis on the bus, and poor Jackie had to go to another hotel. That's pretty hard to live with. Sure he had it, but it never changed his personality or his thoughts about the game. When that game started, that first pitch, he was all ball player and all man.
Only with this woman, Rachel Robinson, Jackie's wife, could he let his guard down. He was a lonely man on an island with very few friends. Only Rachel could comprehend how difficult that first year was for Jackie.
He felt disappointed at times, frustrated, disillusioned, down, but he would pick himself up. He's very resilient and very determined, really stubborn about the thing. He was going to make it work.